Groovy, man.
What's going on, brother?
Hey, how's it going?
What's going on?
Long time no movie.
Yeah, I know, man. Been a few weeks, man. Coming off a horror fest, had to take a little break.
Yeah, it was good to have a little break.
Yeah, man, I didn't mind it either, and I know it would have been rough because you had a bad sore throat for a couple weeks, so
Yeah, my throat's coming back, so
yeah, horror fest,
that's bad. Of course, I
horror
still
fest
watch a
is
lot of
always,
horror movies, though. We watched a shitload of horror movies on the
yeah,
break, though,
that,
too. So
that's the thing too, sometimes it's nice to just kind of relax and just watch watch some movies and bullshit about them, and then, don't have to always, go and do a review about them. That's why, like, I'm super careful about some of the movies I review because it's like I hate like forcing myself to want to watch certain movies. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
because I like to be in the mood to watch certain things, and I think that's a whole part of like liking movies. Like if you're not in the mood for it, you're just not gonna really give a fuck about what you're watching. So, that's
Yeah, it
why I like
does always help, though.
when Robbie does like fucking 50 movies for Horror Fest, when he does all these franchise reviews, I'm just like, nah, man. Like, I don't want to like force myself to watch, 10 movies in a franchise in a week unless I really want to. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's just
Yeah,
not
I
really
find it hard to really
enjoyable.
do that and then give my opinion of anything,
Yeah, I kind of stick to like one movie. We'll do some double features here and there, but I
Well, that's
think
fair.
I like to give the movies their due diligence. I think talking about a movie for 5 minutes and then going on to the next one ain't, you know.
Right.
I
And
don't
then at the
know.
break, I got another member of the family you see back there.
Yeah,
And,
little Sophia.
yeah,
Yeah, she's a rascal too, man.
she's fit right in.
Yeah, I bet she is. She's living her best life right now.
Hmm.
Scarpet sure knows how to spoil his dogs, that's for sure.
There you go.
And his cats and his pussies.
There you go.
But
Even so.
yeah, man. I'm glad you're doing better though. Um, I know you were excited to do this one because this was actually your pick, 1959's The Mummy from Hammer Studios. And we haven't done really any Hammer. I feel like maybe one. I don't think if any. We haven't done
If we
much
did one, it was
Hammer.
a long time ago.
Yeah, so
I think we did Chris the Werewolf at some point, didn't we?
can't
I can't tend to
remember. I
remember
know
that. I don't know. Maybe not.
I'll have to look. But
None,
yeah,
none
you
of
know,
we should we do because Curse of the Werewolf.
2025. Yes, since you sent me that little 10 movie pack. That's the problem, where I don't own. There's a lot of films
Right.
I've never been able to pick up because Hammer movies can be expensive. So
Well, look,
I know we
they're
did the
putting out that.
Chronos, but that was on
Yes, yeah.
Robbie's show.
They're putting out the Captain Kronos box that was like $60. So,
Yeah, yeah, I can't wait
and I
for.
think they're gonna probably do this. They're gonna do something similar to all the classic hammers. I think as well too at some
Yeah,
point.
yeah, his Hammer's back in action now. They're back in. I hope they start pushing out some new movies too at some point.
That's what they're
Um,
supposed to do, I guess.
yeah. So man, we'll start getting some 4K scans. A lot of their movies too. If they're kicking it off with Captain Kronos, which that's a great film. Um,
Yeah,
but
their
yeah,
movies could use some new scans because a lot of the movies have really old scans on them.
yeah. Well, in 2025, man, since we're almost there, man, we're like literally a month and a week away. Um, from 2025, I'll have to start putting some more Hammer in there since, I've gotten a few more in the collection recently because, I love my classic black and white Universal monsters, but,
Right.
um, the Mummy, Boris Karloff's Mummy was always one of my favorites, and I feel like Boris Karloff's Mummy was always one of the, ones that people didn't talk about as much. Everybody always talked about, Frankenstein, um, but I
Well,
always loved
this
Karloff's
movie,
Mummy.
this is one of my favorite, one of my top favorite Hammer movies. I would say my
Yeah,
two favorite Hammer movies is this one and Curse of Frankenstein, and of course that's directed by Terence Fisher, who directed this one.
right.
And Terence Fisher did
That's
so many of the Hammer films.
I was gonna say, and I was just telling you, Curse of Frankenstein's like $8 on Blu-ray, and I don't own that, so I really want to pick that up.
And I'm pretty sure Terence Fisher did the werewolf one too, didn't he? I think he did Curse of the Werewolf as well, I believe. So he did a lot.
He
He
did
did a
a
lot of those
lot. He
movies.
did a lot. I'd say he did like some of the best Hammer. He did Horror Dracula, which he
Yeah,
did The Devil's Ride Out. He did bunch of the Frankensteins. Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed. Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell. The Gorgon, which I
yeah, he
know
was definitely the
that
go-to guy in Hammer was
yeah.
Terence Fisher.
Sherlock Holmes and the Deadly Necklace. He did do The Curse of the Werewolf.
Yeah.
Brides of Dracula.
So I would say if you're gonna put three of my top favorite Hammer movies are gonna be this one, The Mummy, the Curse of Frankenstein, and the Curse of the Werewolf. Those are
The
my three favorite.
Hound of Baskervilles he did,
Yeah,
which we
great,
were just
great
talking
movie.
about
Yeah,
that. I want to watch that really bad. The Man Who Could Cheat Death.
yeah. He just bought The Man Who Could Cheat Death was Roger Moore. I just bought that.
Oh, really?
I believe so. Yeah.
He did the Revenge of Frankenstein too. He did. I mean, this guy. I'd say he probably did some of the best. I mean, between the Mummy and the Gorgon and what was it? The Curse of Frankenstein. I mean, those are probably some of the best Hammer movies out there. Yeah, I'm gonna now just talking about this. I want to get the Curse of Frankenstein so bad. While it's $8, that's usually like $18 though. That's always like a $20 Blu-ray because that's
No,
like
that
a
wasn't.
two-disc Blu-ray.
Yeah, I see that. I see that Hammer 8-pack. That wasn't on there.
No, I don't think so.
I forget what was on that Hammer 8-pack. I said.
No, Frankenstein is.
Oh,
on
you
there.
okay,
The
Frankenstein.
Evil.
All right.
Yeah.
And no Dracula, no Curse of Dracula either.
No Dracula.
Oh.
It's Brides of Dracula.
Oh, okay.
Curse of the Werewolf, Night Creatures, Phantom of the Opera, which I think he did Phantom of the Opera as well.
Yes, he did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did too.
Paranoid, The Kiss of the Vampire, Nightmare, and The Evil of Frankenstein.
Yeah, he was definitely the go-to guy. He was like the James Whale of the Hammer line.
Hammer. Yeah, for sure. Most definitely. And he did, I'd say like 80% of his Hammer movies, Christopher Lee was. So he had to
Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee.
I was going to say he had to have like a good relationship with them. I guarantee it. He also did The Island of Terror, which
Which I
No, that's
love that
another
movie.
good one.
Did you ever get a chance to watch that?
Yes, I did, and
Yeah, I
that
love that
movie
movie.
is great. That is a great movie. I
Yeah, it's an
really enjoyed
underrated one.
that
I
one.
definitely think it's underrated, that movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd never heard about it until you mentioned it to me, and then as soon as I saw the cover, I was like, "Oh my god, this is, like, right up my alley." I still gotta watch The Devil Rides Out, which
Yeah, I
that's
haven't seen
another
that one
one
yet
he
either.
did, and that has a really good score on IMDb. It has, like, a 7.2 on
Right.
IMDb. Um, that's another underrated one from what I've heard. Um, yeah, he also said, he did the Robin Hood the movie with Richard Green. I don't know if
No,
you
I don't
ever
know that one. He,
maybe
he definitely
that
do a lot. He did a lot of movies.
that might have been a TV movie or something. Um, but yeah, I guess before we dive completely into it, let me see if there's any horror news since it's been a little bit. Really, like there's much, but we did finally, me and you did watch the remake of Street Trash, which me and you are huge fans of the original Street Trash.
Yeah,
So
it wasn't bad. It was a little different, which was good. And
some good like oozing body gore though. I
yeah, they definitely
definitely
kept the
enjoyed the practical effects.
they kept the practical effects on a similar level to the original movie.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
still it didn't it had a little bit of a different atmosphere, like, you could tell it was definitely a newer movie,
right.
but, I thought it was still pretty good. I would definitely go the original. The original just had, like, you could tell,
The
like, they
the original had that
got, like,
grunge
homeless
factor,
guy. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It definitely was a
Um,
grindhouse movie, it had that grindhouse grunge. But the guy who directed that did produce this one, so for
yeah.
a Screambox movie, I thought it was pretty decent.
Yeah, it was definitely you would say purchase worthy?
Yeah, I'd pick it up if it gets released. You never know
I
with
was gonna
these
say,
Screambox movies whether they're ever gonna get distributed or not, but if
yeah,
it gets
I
released,
hope it
yeah, I'd
does.
pick it up.
Um, this is some good news. It looks like you ever heard of the unmade George Romero Resident Evil film?
Heard of it, I think, yeah.
I guess they're gonna do. It says Blade Discussing announced George Romero's Resident Evil doc releasing in January 2025 exclusive.
Mm,
He would not sell his soul just to get a film done. George Romero's Resident Evil, the documentary of the unmade film, kind of reminds me like of that documentary they did for Corman on his Fantastic Four. You know what I mean?
right.
So yeah, this is the cover they did. I love Romero, so I'm definitely very intrigued. And 2025, so that should be coming out in
Is
a
that
couple
getting is
weeks.
that getting a physical release, you said? I mean, is that gonna be on Shutter too, you think? Might wind up on Shutter or Screenbox, maybe.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. It doesn't say. Correct. The highly anticipated documentary will be available on digital and on demand starting January 7th, 2025. Check out the official release art below. So it doesn't say Shutter, or it might just be going straight to digital, and then it doesn't say what company, so maybe it might.
It'll probably
Who
be on
knows?
Shutter. My guess would
I
be
was gonna or Shutter or Screenbox.
Shutter tends to get more of the documentaries.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I love Shudder's documentaries, which speaking of, this Tuesday, that found footage documentary's coming out on Blu-ray, which
Yeah, I ordered that, so I should be
I was
getting
gonna
that
s
this week.
that was a great documentary. I'd watch that. You know what I just watched today? Um, the J-horror documentary or the J-horror what the fuck? The viral it was a Japanese, horror documentary Shudder just put out. I think the J-horror phenomenon? Hold on, let me look. It's called I just watched it today. The J horror virus. And this was really good. That
Hmm.
was a really good documentary. Um, and then the Creep, we had reviewed the Creep on this channel a few months back, and Shudder just announced or they just released the first 3 episodes of the Creep tapes, which, if you've ever seen the movie, you'll remember the guy had like a shelf of all these tapes of all like his victims and stuff. So I thought that was a pretty cool idea. And I watched the first 2 episodes and they were pretty good, like 25 minutes. So very
Yeah,
easy one shots.
they're like mini versions of the movies. Like,
Yeah. So
and I saw the third one. And the third one was pretty good too. I think it's an idea though that you can't get a lot out of it because it doesn't vary a lot from episode to episode. It's all kind of similar. The
yeah,
interest is watching him do all these different characters, and he's really good in it. I think like he was in the movies.
yeah,
So it's a good watch. I think it's worth watching.
yeah, definitely. And it looks like that Werewolves movie with Frank Grillo
Yeah.
is coming out to theaters December 6th. So that might be one.
Speaking of Wolfman, look who's peeking through my shirt.
Oh, nice. I like that. That's a nice shirt. Yeah, I think I might end up seeing that. I'll have to see how it does because the one that goes to digital quick, so we'll see.
Yeah, I don't even think it's getting I don't think it's even getting a place to play on where I am.
I gotta look. Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Yeah, it's
They
one of those.
did.
There's one of those things that's going to wind up on like Shudder probably. Couple weeks after it comes out.
Yeah. And yeah, we didn't get a really chance to, say, but recently we lost Tony Todd, man, the the Candy Man. So that was super sad. Me and Scarp had watched a couple of his movies in his honor at like the day after it happened, and yeah, that was super sad. But it looks like we will be getting at least one more of his movies. I think he has 1 or 2 more movies. The guy was always working.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure
know
it
he
does.
was in. They've been talking about a new Final Destination movie coming out, and he was in that. So we'll get to see him at least one more time in that. But I guarantee he's got at least 1 or 2 indie
Yeah.
movies that haven't come out yet. That guy was always working. I mean, just that's a legend right there, man. And he definitely will be sorely missed. That guy. And one of the last few things he worked on was Spider-Man 2, the video game. He played Venom. I mean, the guy just had an incredible voice, man. I mean, and he was so good as Venom in that game. So that was really good to see.
You mean it was better than the movies?
What was that? Yeah,
The movies are
for
terrible.
sure. I was just wondering. I don't have why is it my fucking chat?
Yeah, no, I'm not getting any chat either. I'm not sure if anybody's in there or not.
I usually get chat. Huh. That is very weird. It's not
Are
letting
you
me
sure
show
we're live?
it shows her live.
I don't
That
know.
would be yeah, we're definitely live. But yeah, I'll have to pull up the chat here. Definitely people in chat. What's up, GT? What's up, Evan? Two Gun. What's up, brother? What's up,
Yeah,
Christina?
throw it up if you can because I can't see it.
I can't throw it up on here for some reason. I don't know why. It won't let me click on it.
Oh, you
And
used
I'm
to.
logged in. Yeah, I have to figure that out. That is very weird. Yeah, I am not sure what's going on with that. It won't let me click on it.
Huh.
Yeah, I've never had an issue.
That's strange.
That is weird. I'll have to mess with that.
All right, so
Yeah.
The Mummy, man. What did you think of it? Was it your first time
Yeah.
watching it?
No, man. I was gonna say, man, because I started talking about Boris Karloff's Mummy, and how I feel like that is a super underrated Universal movie, but I think that this Mummy has always been my favorite. I think. Do you like this Mummy better than the Boris Karloff one?
Yeah, I do. I think this is my favorite version of The Mummy.
Yeah.
Boris Karloff, I like Karloff's in it, but it has a lot of slow spots in it, and it's not very long. It's only like an hour and 5 minutes. So
Yeah,
I mean,
this is very
the
long
Mummy's not
either.
in it much in the original one.
Yeah,
In fact,
I
I
always
would
just
say I like the later Mummy movies from Universal, like The Mummy's
I
Tomb,
think
The Mummy's Curse. The Mummy's Hand. I like those a little bit better because I
Yeah.
think Lon Chaney. Well, I
Lon
think
Chaney was a great
he
mummy.
did it more. I mean, he did 3-4 movies, so he played it more. He was on screen more. Boris Karloff, that was the only time he ever played the Mummy, and he was great,
Right.
especially when he's like
Yeah.
changing and getting older. And I thought and the makeup was great, but I would still say this version is my favorite because I love. This is like one of my favorite movies with Peter Cushing in it. He's so good in this movie. This is the
Yeah.
Frankenstein movies, and he's really good in this. And then so is Christopher Lee. And I thought the part that was interesting was, and they did this in the original Mummy too. They showed like the flashbacks on what happened, but I thought that was better in the '59 version. You know, went into it a little bit more. And I just like Christopher Lee in that part. You know, Christopher Lee played what? He played Dracula, the
Yeah.
Mummy.
Right.
You know, he
Yeah.
was multiple
He was.
movies.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was. He was like a Boris Karloff
Although
from
Karloff, I think
in
this
his
is
time.
the only one he played in for the Mummy.
Yeah.
The other Mummy Hammer
What's up?
movies were somebody else.
Yeah. What's up, legend? How you doing, brother? Yeah, I know. I feel like everybody always says, the Mummy is slower, and it definitely is. I still, man, I always loved Karloff in that one,
Right.
man. That has always been one of my favorites. I think I would say, like, yes, Lon Chaney was great as the Mummy, but Boris Karloff had the best look.
Right.
His Mummy looked so good in the wrapping, man, and just that
Well,
scene
also
when he's
because
sitting
he,
there.
like Christopher Lee in this one, he had to play Karis.
Mhm.
He had to
Yeah,
play Karis,
Karis.
and he had to play the Mummy, and so did Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
So that's what's
What you
similar in
mean?
these two movies.
Or you mean Boris had to play both, just
Yeah,
like.
Boris played both too
Yeah.
because he played Karis in the flashbacks.
Oh,
He
yeah,
played the
you
Mummy.
just
You
said
know?
Christopher Lee,
Yeah.
yeah. No, for sure, and and I did like, though, that they did 2, like, because he was Imhotep, and,
Well, yeah. That's right.
they're different mummies.
Karis
Karis
was
is
in
a
the
different
Lon
mummy.
Chaney ones.
Oh, yes, you're right, yeah. But I think, Christopher Lee's mummy looks really fucking good too, man, like, that makeup
He had
had
the
to be
eyes.
tough to wear. Yeah, man, that makeup had to be really tough because the way it's just kinda like it's like he 'cause he get uh, he gets thrown in the
Yeah,
swamp,
in the
and it kinda.
quicksand. He's in the
Yeah,
he's in the
man,
swamp through a lot of it.
yeah, I love the way, though, that, like, his, the face and everything looks, man, like, decrepit, but, like, then with the swamp mud, um, yeah, he was a great mummy, and like you said, like, the eyes, man, he really has no way to, visualize, show any emotion or anything, but the eyes, man,
Right.
he was great in that, man, and, yeah, man, some of the set designs in this were really good. I like, once they get into, um what are the tomb look, and then, Peter
Right.
Cushing's father talks like, "Wow, look how I was just untouched." That looked really great. Hammer puts 2, and, yeah, I thought this was definitely one of my favorite Peter Cushing movies, man. He's fantastic in this. Um, but, yeah, man, I definitely would agree and say this is my favorite Mummy movie for sure. But I just wanted to throw in there that, yeah, I feel like Carlos Mummy never gets the love it deserves because it is a little slower at times, but I've
Right.
always been a huge fan of his Mummy, man. But I would agree and say this is my favorite, man. This might be like my favorite Hammer movie. There's definitely a lot though I haven't seen. I've seen probably the most popular ones.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't.
but
I mean, this is as I said, my top 3. This Curse of
yeah.
Frankenstein and the Horror of Dracula, and this one.
Hmm.
I probably throw in Curse of the Werewolf. Those are probably my top 4 right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Curse of the Werewolf's great.
the Horror of Frankenstein, the Curse of Dracula, the Mummy, and then the Curse of the Werewolf. That's like the universal. That's their universal monster
Right.
movies.
Yeah.
That's their top ones.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know,
because it says, like, Universal, International at the end, so isn't that, like it's, like,
Universal had
It's,
a
like
co-production of it. Yeah, in this one.
isn't it, like, England's Universal Monsters, basically?
No, it's just Universal.
'Cause
I
I
think
feel like
kind
a
of.
lot of these movies were like made in England and all that, you
Well, they
know?
were, and this one was the only one that kind of. I think this was the only one that had the Universal co-producing it because they kind of. I
Oh,
think they owned the
really?
rights or something like that, and they had to get the rights.
Okay.
So
That
this
would
one,
make sense why this one has always been a
but
hard one to
then again, I
find
think
too on physical.
Universal over here released Phantom of the Opera. Universal released um, over here they released Curse of the Werewolf. So Universal released a lot of their movies in the States, and that's why they kind of figured into some of that. I think
Oh, okay,
at
okay.
least the top ones. They didn't release all of them, just the top ones.
Yeah, for sure. Uh, but, yeah, man, I think the music is also really good in this too, but, I also liked, Peter Cushing's father, in this,
Yeah, he
who
was good, and even his wife was good because she was the spitting
yeah,
image of the princess.
Yvonne
There, she
Furneaux
kept on getting carried away.
and Felix Almer was,
Was
Peter Cushing's father.
Yeah, and the guy that played the mummy's master there, the one that was brought him to life, he was good too. And he had that little house, and
Yeah,
that's where everything took place.
yeah, he was really good. Yeah, he was really good. Oh, almost forgot to mention him.
And
Let's see.
I like how Christopher Lee just like stands in a box till he's needed. Go in here, go in the box.
Yeah, right.
Seals him up.
Yeah.
No, well, I love this movie. This is such a good flick.
Yeah, when you remember, like, back in the day when you first saw this movie, like, like, what are your
Back in the '70s, this was
what's your
all these Hammer movies were on TV so much in the '70s. It wasn't funny.
yeah. You
Every
say you
Sunday
don't
afternoon,
remember
they
your first time watching it?
it was in the '70s, when I was probably about 10 years old.
Yeah, catching it live on TV.
Oh yeah, always on television. Every weekend they had the Hammer movies on all the time.
What would you pick, Universal Monsters or Hammer Monsters?
I love them both, so I wouldn't pick one. But I would say
I know if you had to
as a
pick
kid, I
one.
probably liked the Hammer stuff better because it was bloody and it was in color.
Right,
So now that I love black and white, but it was
I
the
know.
Hammer stuff had the extra level of like blood and gore that the
Yeah,
Universal ones didn't have.
definitely. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I wish I got
And
to watch
you do like this one better than the 2017 one with Tom Cruise.
oh, man, don't even make me do that. Of course, of
Talk
course.
about the
I
Talk about how the Universal monsters have gotten butt fucked in the fucking
oh
eras
my
there.
fucking
Between
god.
that movie and that fucking awful fucking Invisible Man that had no Invisible Man in it. And now
Come
with the
on.
upcoming werewolf one, where the werewolf looks kind of ass fugly, man.
Yeah, let's hope that's good, though. We'll see.
I don't
What's
have
up,
high
Dragon?
hopes.
Yeah, what's up, Dragon Lover? Jaguar, what's up, man? Um, what was I gonna say, though?
Actually, probably the best Universal monster movie that's come out in the fucking last 10 years, 20 years is probably that Werewolf at Night thing Marvel put out. That was probably the closest thing we got to a true Universal monster movie.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, definitely. Well, what do you think about the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies, though? 'Cause I
Yeah,
always love
those are
those.
fun.
The
Those are
first
fun. I
two.
like those movies, but they're not.
They're not like
They're more
they're
Indiana Jones than they are
definitely.
Mummy
Yeah,
movies. Even though
definitely,
the guy who plays
definitely.
the Mummy, that Arnold Vosloo, who played Darkman, he's pretty good as the Mummy in those
He is.
movies.
Yeah, he plays good as Imhotep.
But
Um,
there's still more Indiana Jones than the Mummy.
definitely, definitely. And I feel like that's what like Tom Cruise's Mummy was going for too, but it
Yeah,
just
I've
looked
never
so
seen it.
fucking
Never, I've
terrible.
never even seen
Never.
it. No, I've
Russell
not.
Crowe plays Dr. Jekyll in it.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah, they were gonna do like a whole
They were gonna
universe
do
with
a
that.
Marvel Universe,
They were gonna do a
and
whole
they screwed the
universe. Yeah,
pooch. So which ones
yeah.
did they actually do? They did the
Couldn't e
Mummy.
they
What
couldn't even get one movie out and
they did
without
the
screwing
that
the
is that
pooch.
the only one they did?
That was the only one, yeah. That was the only one.
It's weird that they started with that one.
I'll have to rewatch it sometime.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
mhm. Yeah, I don't know, and it was so weird that Tom Cruise was in it. He was such a weird choice. He was such a weird choice,
And it's also
honestly.
kind of strange that, like, in the age of the remakes, that we haven't gotten a Frankenstein. I mean, we got that Victor Frankenstein, obviously. We got
Well, you know,
that De
speaking of
Niro
that,
one.
but that's funny you mentioned that because it looks like that we have 2 Frankensteins coming out
Oh
very
boy,
soon. Del Toro is doing a Frankenstein.
could be
Del
good.
Toro, that's probably gonna be really good, and who's in that? One guy you wouldn't know, this Jacob Elordi, he's like a young he was in do you remember, oh my god, what's that fucking movie? I love it, it was the Shudder movie, the anthology with Clancy Brown. Fuck, what is
Oh
that
yeah, I
movie?
know the one I'm talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Come on,
Um,
come here.
the
Up,
fucking oh my god, why can't I think of the
up,
name?
up. Come on. Sit. Sit.
Fuck, dude. That's
I,
gonna
I
be
know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, but do you remember, the kid that's, like, banging all the chicks, and then, like, he ends up, like, having a baby? Like,
I think
the
so.
mortuary?
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna play Frankenstein, I guess. Um, and I forget who's playing fucking I just post about it today, earlier, today. I forget who they're having play, Frankenstein. Um And Christian Bale has photos of him in Frankenstein makeup. I don't
That
know
could be
who's
interesting.
directing. That
Oops.
could be interesting. I feel like it's gonna be, like, very similar to the De Niro Frankenstein, though, but I hope it's good.
Yeah.
Um,
He was kind of goofy.
but Del Toro's Frankenstein here it is. First images from Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein takes you inside the lab. I think it's gonna be on Netflix.
Oh, the Netflix movie's kind of hit and miss. We'll
Jacob
see.
Jacob Elordi will be playing Frankenstein's monster in Del Toro's adaptation from the classic Mary Shelley's novel, alongside Mia Goth. Mia
Mm.
Goth, come on now. Christoph Waltz and Oscar Isaac is going to play Frankenstein.
I
Yeah,
kind of feel Christoph Waltz plays the same character in every movie.
I know, but Oscar Isaac, I
Yeah.
think, would be a really good Frankenstein. Because you gotta think too, Del Toro always kind of like throws like a darker spin on a lot of stuff. So I think that could be really good. I'm still bummed, man. We never got a season 2 of his Cabinet of Curiosities. I fucking love that show.
Yeah.
I hope we
Netflix
get it.
cancels everything after one season.
No, they usually cancel after 3.
Maybe
After
2.
3. No, they're very notorious for giving shows 3 seasons and canceling, but they have canceled stuff after 1. Um,
Hold on. Hey, hey, hey. Hold on.
oh shit. It looks like I didn't even see this. Leonardo DiCaprio's Appian Way is set to produce the authorized biographical documentary on the life of the Twilight Zone creator Rod Serling.
That could
That'd
be
be
good.
that would be sick, man, to get a documentary on Rod Serling. Yeah,
So I
Elordi
gotta
would be
go.
the monster. That shit would be sick.
My dog's out of control over here.
And, we got Lisa Frankenstein.
Yeah, that was interesting. I watched that, but it's not.
Mm. What do you mean? Check the chat, Two Gun. What did I miss? Um, Yeah, though, man. Fucking who would be? I'm sure Peter Cushing's your favorite character in this movie, though, since this is like one of your favorite Peter Cushing roles.
Yeah, I mean Cushing was good in it,
Oh, for sure.
but I give the edge to Christopher Lee because he had to act bandaged up with just his eyes.
Yeah, that would have been such a pain in the ass being in that makeup. Can you imagine being in that makeup? That shit would have sucked, man.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're in the swamp getting all wet. I wonder if that was really him. I bet you it probably was.
I bet you it was, man. You think that back then they didn't fucking care. They didn't have the money.
Yeah, why pay somebody else when he can do it?
Yeah, exactly.
But no, definitely top. We are do some of the other ones too. The Elisa Dracula, maybe a Frankenstein at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to do horror Dracula. I'd love to do
Curse of
Curse of Frankenstein. Yeah, I gotta pick that up. Especially while it's only $8 right now. Curse of the Werewolf too. Yeah. Now that I got some more of them, I'd definitely be more willing to dive into some, so I can at least watch some special features and all that. Just because I know a good amount about Hammer, but I always like to know more new stuff.
Right.
I know you.
Well, hopefully,
you know way more.
hopefully we start getting those 4Ks from the new Hammer. There, we'll get
Yeah,
a lot of documentaries and stuff too.
I was gonna say.
There is a documentary out there, but I think it's you got to pay for it to see it.
Oh,
And
really?
about Hammer that just got released, so hopefully that'll get wider release and I'll get to see that at some point.
Is there
And
anything
then
on that second site? Any
yeah, there's
documentaries?
good features on it. There's a second site making ofs and stuff. It's really good. There's a lot of good features on it.
Yeah.
And I think it's got a Terrence Fisher commentary too, which is from an older
Oh,
disc or
really?
something. Yeah.
Anything with like Peter Cushing or any of them on there?
I don't think there's any Peter Cushing stuff on it. Even back in the day, it was tough to get those guys to do commentaries on
Yeah.
laser discs or anything.
Right.
But
Yeah, there was nothing on that DVD.
yeah, they usually, if they're one archive ones, they usually have nothing on. They might have like
Yeah.
cartoons and stuff, but very little actual
Yeah.
extras.
I fucking loved the poster though for this one too.
Yeah, the poster's fantastic.
I love the poster, and I've told you know how much I love the Karloff poster for his mummy. I fucking love the Hammer poster though as well, man. Hammer did a lot of great posters back then. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say too that something we forgot to mention in the news segment of it. Speaking of documentaries, that I think maybe by the end of next week we should have the digital version of In Search of Tomorrow, In Search of Darkness, the '90s version.
Man, I'd love to have that like this week. Maybe,
Nice to have it this week, but
yeah.
you wrote him, and the guy said probably not till after Thanksgiving now. So
Yeah,
but
I don't think he didn't say after Thanksgiving. He said
I'm still hoping we
end
get
of
the week off.
November.
Yeah. Well, the end of November is the end of Thanksgiving's
Yeah,
last
I
day.
know. Yeah,
But it would be nice to have it like this coming week sometime to watch it.
yeah,
But without a doubt, I mean, if we get to do some feedback after this one, after they get done with the '90s, they got to jump back, and they got to do the '60s and '70s, and obviously, you know, a lot of those people that were in those movies are dead, so they're gonna have to get the usual suspects of interviewees to talk about what they feel about the movies and stuff like that, and of course, maybe some historians and stuff like that. But still, I'd love to see them do it. I hope they do it. I mean, I hope they do '60s and '70s as separate things, you know.
yeah, for sure.
Because there's so much to do in that era, you know.
Yeah.
And same thing with the sci-fi thing. I hope they jump back into sci-fi and do '50s through '70s too.
I haven't even heard them talk about In Search of Darkness or In Search of Tomorrow part.
Yeah, I don't know how well that did. I really don't. It was good. I enjoyed that documentary, but I don't know how well it did. Yeah.
maybe it didn't do so
I
well.
basically their bread and butter is the horror stuff.
Yeah. I wonder, I'm curious how like the Alien and the Thing one did.
Sophia,
Or the
I
Aliens,
don't
that was
know.
Aliens.
I don't know how it did. I haven't seen it.
I do wanna buy those, but I couldn't spend $100 on each one, and the Thing I was more
Yeah, if
curious
I
because
could buy
I
it for
love
$20, I'll
but
pick them up.
but yeah, when, part 2 of the '90s doc comes out, I was hoping I could pick both of those up for, like, $20 a piece.
Were you able to get your name in the credits on this one?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, my name should be there as well. I think my name's been in 2 of the 3. So,
I got in
woo.
all of them except the first one.
Right.
The only one I couldn't get it in was the first.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. But yeah, I got it in 2, 3, of the '80s, the '90s part 1, and the In Search of Tomorrow. So, and
Yeah.
I'll definitely be buying '90s part 2 as soon as it comes out.
Yeah, they haven't even announced
Which
that I'm sure I'm
I
pretty
was
sure they do these all at the same time. They just break it up into 2.
yeah. It's kinda weird though because we're they're not gonna announce that until next Halloween to buy it, and then we won't get part 2
What?
probably until, like, so that if they announce it in 2025 to sell, they're probably not gonna sell like, we're not gonna get it until November 2026 or
Yeah,
wait, would
probably.
that be yeah? Because I bought that like, yeah, I bought that last year.
Well, Sophia wants to say something.
Or, well, Sophia
She
well,
wants
I
to
guess
bite
maybe
the
no.
cover off the
Well,
microphone.
yeah, we
She's
wouldn't
already
get the
taken this thing off
physical
4 times and chewed
until
on it.
really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't get the physical of the '90s doc until, like, what, January 2026, but maybe get the physical.
Yeah, they said January, yeah.
Oh, wait, would that no, if they put it up no, we it would be 2027 we'd get the physical. It would be 2026 we would get the digital at the end
Right.
of
Oh
November.
yeah. I thought you were talking about this one coming out. This one
Yeah,
coming out will
no.
have the physical in January,
Yeah,
I think you
no, because
said.
they usually put these up for sale 30 days of
Actually, I think
October.
the guy even said late January when I could be getting the physical for.
They always say December, January. It just depends. Like, because I remember we didn't get '80s Part 3 until like late January. It's always
Right.
any late December or late January. They never know. It just depends like what happens with the discs when get them all. But I remember last year or last time for the '80s Part 3, they had issues with the posters. They couldn't get
Right.
the posters in time.
Well, I think
So
what
then,
I'll do is probably when I get the digital, I'll probably throw it up and put it up on Discord. We'll watch it up there one night.
oh, for sure, man.
Might have to
Yeah,
break it
man.
up because it's usually like 4.5 hours, something like that. But
Yeah.
maybe watch
Yeah.
over 2 nights, maybe.
How's that? Oh, what part? '90s?
The new one to
Yeah.
coming out, yeah.
Yeah. I can't. I honestly, I'm of might throw on like part 3 or something. I watched part 1 and 2, man. I used to watch that shit over and over. That used to be like my background
Yeah,
noise.
part 3 was okay, but I think it was the weakest of the 3 of them.
I think so too. But that would be the one I watched the least. I'll have to watch that one again.
Yeah.
I think all 3 are good. I probably would say the first one is the best, maybe. I don't know, the first or the second, but I think maybe the first was the best.
The first one for me is the best.
Yeah.
But
They're all good though, man.
right.
You know how it is. You watch those, man, and you fucking run up an Amazon tab real quick.
Oh yeah, I hate watching those. But I have that. I need that.
Yeah.
Even today, buying shit off eBay, I just ended up buying Cabin Fever because we're doing that on Wednesday on Discord.
Yeah.
And I want to rip it because probably the version I have is terrible. So I found a Cabin Fever Blu-ray that's out of print.
Oh, really?
Puppet Masters, which we watched last night, is out of print. I managed to get one for those from eBay, and I got a bunch of like 2 or 3 Godzilla DVDs with the English dubs on them coming.
Really?
And because those English dubs are gonna be harder and harder to find,
Yeah.
and a lot of them, some of them are on Blu-ray, and I got a bunch of them on Blu-ray, but there's still a bunch from the classic era, the '60s
I know.
Godzilla ones that not on Blu-ray that aren't Japanese, and I love them. And for years we wanted to see the Japanese versions because they're unedited and they're better. But yeah, I miss the English dubs. They were horrible, but I grew up on them. Plus, you could watch them without having to
Right.
watch the
Those are
screen.
the ones. Yeah, those are the ones I always watched on TV. So
They are
it's just nice to have both. To
right.
have the options. You know what I mean? It's just nice to have the
No,
options.
no.
Yeah, because that Criterion Godzilla set was on sale for like 110, and I don't own that, and I only own like the first Godzilla, and Godzilla versus Kong. So there's definitely a bunch of those that I would have liked to get. Yeah, there definitely is something special about that first In Search of Darkness, though, dude. The it was just the first of its kind, So when that shit came out, it was super special, man. There's just nothing like it. I remember just watching that over and over again. I just love the way they they show the movies, and then they have that little background. It's all these movies, uh, awesome posters, and then they zoom in on one, and then they start talking about it, and they get some of the people from those movies to talk about it, and man, it's just. And then they talk about like what the movie, like meant back then, and like what
Mhm.
it did around that time, and how like the VHS era was, and there's just so much good stuff in
Yeah.
those docs, man. I mean, it's just a time capsule. It's just like a time capsule on a disc, man. It's just so.
Yeah, but what you said is so true, though. I must have spent so much money because of them.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. There's so many good movies we found because of it too, man. Like me and you have watched so much. It just shows that there's so much that we've watched, and then there's still so much that we
Right.
haven't seen. You know?
Well, they also need. I think I was talking to Two Gun one night that they need to do an Italian horror one too. They need to do it
Yeah,
Italy horror. I mean,
they do.
that's untapped. You could do all that. The burial
They did a
grounds,
li-
and
they
Dario
dived into
Argento's.
they dived into some Italian in part two, but they didn't even scratch the surface. So
Well, yeah, because the heyday for Italy was like the '60s and '70s, really, and
yeah,
the early
for
'80s.
sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
they did do. I think
definitely.
they did do. Did they do Deep Red? Deep Red was part of it, I think. But
Deep Red was part of it, yeah, and I think they talked about opera. I know they talked about opera.
yeah,
Yeah, they talked about it. They talked about like demons, the first demon.
yeah,
But
they didn't spend much time on it.
yeah, I am a '90s kid though, so I know like a lot of people I feel like would hate on the '90s or especially like the early 2000s, but the '90s has some great stuff in it
No, the
too, man.
'90s were
So
good. The early 2000s
'90s
were
was
kind of
great.
terrible.
Yeah, I'm curious if they'll ever do it like a 2000 to 2010 documentary. We'll have to
Oh,
see.
they're gonna do the
'Cause
2000s. I'm sure of it.
I mean, there's good stuff in there too. So I mean, it's worth at least talking about, but we'll have to see. But I'm loving. I can't wait for
I just
this
hope
'90s
before they do
doc.
that, they go back to the '60s and '70s first,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
or '50s or '70s.
Yeah,
All right, so
yeah,
should we rate this then? I guess.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. What do you think, man? I'm pretty sure I know what you think. Anybody in the chat, if you got to watch 1959's The Mummy,
Um,
let us know your rating down below.
for me, it's a 5. Yeah,
Yeah,
I would give Horror of Frankenstein and Horror of Dracula and Curse of Frankenstein along with this one and Werewolf. Well, I would give these three at least all 5s,
yeah,
and this definitely gets a 5 for
yeah.
me. I love this movie.
It's a 5 all day as well for me. Love this movie. Like I said, my favorite mummy movie of all, and Peter Cushing's just fantastic in it. Christopher Lee is incredible. Terrence Fisher, man, just
Yeah, the
is just
direction, the
is just incredible.
just the sets and everything. It's great.
Yeah, some great lighting as well. Um, yeah, man. The music as well, cinematography. Terrence Fisher, man, there's a reason why he did all those Hammer movies because he always did a really, really good job. He's got a great filmography. Um, so yeah, five all day, man. I thought Christopher Lee was just a really good mummy, man. He showed a lot of good emotion out of his eyes, man. And yeah, I thought his makeup was really good too. And I'm a huge fan. I think Karloff's mummy was the best looking, but Christopher Lee I think might be like second. I think Christopher Lee's mummy might be the second best. You got some show and tell. I know you got a Blu-ray.
I can show a few things if you want to give me a second. You got anything you can show? I'm going to grab them.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
They're just behind me. Oh. Yeah, speaking of, since we mentioned this, since Scarpa had mentioned this awesome Peter Cushing movie, I figured I'd show it, Island of Terror. Love that cover, man. It's a great movie. Definitely worth checking out. I don't remember if I showed this, but figured I'd grab it. This came out a couple weeks ago. I picked this up. So it's been a few weeks. I
Oh yeah,
forget
you did.
what
No,
he
I didn't get that. I like that movie,
This is
but
I love this movie so much, man. This is one of my favorites. Actually, I wonder if I should have thrown this in the Who Done It, but this isn't. I wouldn't. I get this is kind of a Who Done It, don't you think?
I guess like seven and
Yeah, kind of. Well, seven, no, a little bit more. But
right.
this is David Fincher, so who did Seven. So I'll have to do this in the new year maybe because I had already kind of put in my December list. I could always change it, I guess, but yeah, first time on 4K too, so I've been dying to watch this. I haven't even cracked it open yet. Don't remember if I showed this, but this also came out around Halloween. I probably did. I think it came after. No, I probably didn't. Arrow put out an incredible 4K for Trick or Treat, man, and this was just such a great. I almost wasn't gonna get this at one point too, and I'm so glad I did because my Scream Factory Blu-ray was just a 1080p Blu-ray, so I was super happy that I got this. Came with some art cards.
The pain of my existence, art cards.
Yeah.
Look at them once, put them back in the box.
Yeah, never touch them again.
Never touch them again.
Yeah, fucking. A new upcoming Arrow movie, Shatner's Incubus.
I was gonna say you got that already.
No, that's it. That they actually another movie because Jason X is going to be one of their next ones. Then it came with a poster of that artwork.
Yeah, I guess it's slowly but surely putting out the Friday the 13th on 4K Arrow days.
Maybe we'll have to. I don't know if they're gonna do them
At least some
all.
of them. I don't know if they're gonna do them all.
Yeah, it depends on the rights. I would like for them to do them all, and I picked this up because it was $10, and I love this movie, man.
Love me some Snatch.
Guy Ritchie's Snatch. Brad Pitt, man, is so good in this. So
I hear you can
fucking
never have
good.
enough of that movie though. You never have enough Snatch.
You know, man, you never can.
No,
And Scarp had sent me this because he picked up the 4K, and I've
what is
only
it?
owned this on DVD. Was
Gojira.
Criterion Godzilla. Gojira.
Yeah, well, I watched the 4K. I watched,
Yeah.
and actually it would have been in my pile, but I put it downstairs already. But the
Oh,
4K
really?
looks amazing now because it's a brand new 4K restoration. It's like
Yeah.
clean. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
that one's not as clean, but
Yeah.
still good though to
I
watch.
know. I wish it had like a 2K scan, but I had a DVD, so I can't
Right.
complain at all, man. So I'm
Well,
super happy to own it.
that's got the original Japanese version too, and I love
Yeah.
that pullout.
So
Yeah, the
super
4K
happy
is
to
the
own it,
exactly
man.
same thing.
Exactly. Yeah, I was gonna say the only thing they just added a new 4K scan. I think everything else is exactly the same.
Pretty much.
Unless they added any, I don't think there's any new special features.
No, they didn't even put the American version on 4K. It's on Blu-ray.
Really? Oh, it's
Right.
on Blu-ray. Oh, is there a Blu-ray on it?
On
Is
the
it
4K,
2 discs?
comes with
You get 2 discs?
yeah.
And Scarp had bought the 4K 6 movie collection or whatever.
Right.
And he forgot he had this, so he sent me this, and I'm so happy because I don't even own these on Blu-ray. I think I had an old
And
DVD
obviously,
from 3 years.
those are the best 4 movies, anyways.
Yeah,
The
I
two,
still
the
want to
other two
get
are good, but
I want to get the other two because I do love the other two. I know you're
right, and
not crazy about
that's
Rocky
got
5.
that's got that new version of Rocky 4 on there. Did you ever watch the new
Yeah,
version of Rocky
I
4?
actually I don't think I ever did, but I did throw it on and I was watching. I hear it's completely different.
It is.
I gotta watch it.
The original version to me is still better, but
Yeah,
is
and
the
I
original
got this.
version cheesier? Hell yeah, but Rocky movies were cheesy back then.
Exactly. I love Rocky so much, man. I grew up watching Rocky over and over. I got this. I haven't opened it yet, but Terminator on 4K. I cannot
That
wait
looked pretty
to
good.
watch this.
I watched it.
Yeah, I hear it looks really good.
It looks
I
good.
can't wait. Great steelbook. Can't wait to watch it.
You actually
I
get to
forgot.
see. You could see a little bit in the original Blu-ray, but in that 4K, it's so clear that you can
Yeah.
see fucking Schwarzenegger's swinging dick. So fucking clear in that version.
Jesus. I
His
just got
fucking
this
balls
in.
and everything are bouncing. You can fucking see him because the fucking HDR,
Jesus.
the Dolby Vision
Right.
makes his twigs and berries stand out.
That's crazy.
It is,
I
man.
just got this in. It was only $10. Figured why not? I love Mad Max. Furiosa, Mad Max. Happy to get it with the slip too. It's a nice little shiny slip too. Man, I forgot I had this shoot like I was supposed because I got the slippered version, and this was supposed to come first, and it got delayed, so I just went with the slip. And the day I was gonna cancel it, I looked and it was only like $24. So I was like, "Fuck, man, it's going for like 50. I think I'm gonna end up just selling this because I think I'm cool with the slip cover, man. And I almost don't want to send it back because um, it's so hard to get right now. So I might end up just selling that because I don't need. And honestly, I'm not that. I wanted to get the one that you got. I don't really.
But
This one, I'm not that crazy about that cover at all. I did get this because it went down like $6, and I love this movie. It went down to like 26 or something.
yeah, I got that coming
26.
tomorrow. I ended up buying it
Yeah,
because it went down to $25. So I picked it up.
yeah, I was gonna say, and it's got some great special features on it. 4K remaster. It looks so good because me and you both we had this on DVD because it never even got a Blu-ray in the States. and the DVD did not look really good. This 4K looks so clean, man. I can't wait, and we'll probably be reviewing this in December, Scarpad. So good. I'm glad you picked it up. And probably I'd say Simple Plan and Trick or Treat are my two favorite new releases that I've gotten in the past couple weeks. This is like completely sold out everywhere. They did 3 different covers for this too. This is the B cover. All 3 covers sold out, and I was super fucking happy I was able to get this. They just announced they're gonna do a standard version. But if you know, you know, man. This has one of the greatest soundtracks ever, man. It's one of those rock and roll horror movies. This is another movie, man, that never got like a Blu-ray in the States.
Yeah, we watched that the other night in Discord.
Yeah. And it comes with a 4K Blu-ray, and it comes with a soundtrack to the movie. So that was really cool. And yeah, this is one I grew up watching. So this one I just always loved, man. And Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons are in it for a little bit. So
Yeah, Gene Simmons took his money and booked.
Yeah. Get a little
booklet. What happened to the mother in this too? The last time we saw the mother's doing calisthenics, we never see her again.
Yeah, this was actually put out by Synops, but you would think that this was an Arrow release, that they, you know, the way they did this. And it also comes poster. The poster it comes with is I think this, and then it comes with the poster that the kid has in his room of Sammy. So I thought that was kind of funny. So yeah, man, and dude, that's a movie that looked fucking god awful on DVD. Just like even worse than A Simple Plan did on DVD. And this 4K restoration of the original 35mm camera negative, mastered in Dolby Vision too. It's approved by the director of photography, and they did lossless English DTS HD master audio of the original 2.0 theatrical mix. All new 5.1 surround sound mix. God, this movie sounded fucking great on my soundbar, dude. So such a great release. Such a great release. So happy to have that, man. I always end up missing out on that type of stuff because I don't have the money. And I was really happy to fucking get that, dude. Yeah, that is what I got.
Okay, let's see what I got this week. And somebody stuff, Black Friday stuff hasn't come in yet, but pick this up.
What's forgot, that? Man. I forgot one thing. I thought I grabbed it. Let's see. I did also have a Godzilla -1 Steelbook.
Yeah, I got that over here too.
Yeah. You could open yours up and show it.
Yeah, it's already in the container. It's painting out. So I picked up the Star Trek The Motion Picture Steelbook that came out this week, the limited 45th anniversary edition of the movie. I guess they're going to release in no certain order all the movies in Steelbook. But I was one of my favorite Star Trek movies, so I picked it up.
They started with fucking part 3 first.
And it comes with a little book, yeah, which is nice.
Super weird the order they're doing. Didn't they do part 3 first, and then they did
part 3, part 3, and then part 1? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they'll do part 2 next.
It is Godzilla -1 Steelbook. Really crappy features on this: a trailer, TV spots, and 6-second bumpers. Terrible. I picked up the Queen of Blood from eBay there. We watched this the other week on Discord.
Yeah, not too bad. A very Planet of the Vampires.
Yeah, type of movie. Then coming up soon on Discord, we'll be watching the extended version, because this disc has both the extended and the regular version of Blackenstein. There we go. Severin put this out, Blackenstein. These movies I got from Grindhouse. I actually got a bunch of stuff from Grindhouse, including this, which will be on Discord tomorrow night at 9. This is one of these series of Joe Bob Briggs Presents movies where he does the commentary on it. It's Jesse James versus Frankenstein's daughters, roaring guns against raging monsters. So we're watching this tomorrow night in Discord starting at 9 with the Joe Bob Briggs commentary. So this movie with the commentary tomorrow night.
Nice.
Pick this up. I haven't watched it yet, but I remember
Puppies are out.
They are out, man. They've been playing and wrestling for the last hour. Deep Space, Charles Napier, Ann Turkle, who's naked in this Ron Glass, Bo Svensson, and Julie Newmar, the Catwoman. Deep Space of 1980. It's a Fred Olen Ray, which means only one thing: gore and tatas. We're going to probably watch that one night in Discord. Never heard of this. This is some of the Grindhouse stuff I got for like $3. It's a DVD. You ever hear this? Barbie and Kendra? It's a full moon crash. Joe Bob Briggs Drive-In Jamboree. So Joe Bob's in this with, what's her face? Diana Prince, I think.
Darcy
Prince.
I don't think I have it. Kind of sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, we'll probably watch this on Discord at some point coming up. I picked up this one also. Head of the Family. I've never seen that. Was it any good?
That. Mm-hmm. You'll love that movie. It's so good. That's one of my favorite full moons.
This is coming up on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. We'll be doing the 70s Grindhouse flick, The Corpse Grinders, which is a classic. Look at that cover.
The chick in that Head of the Family.
Yeah.
She looks like Scarlett Johansson, and she gets naked in it. And
all right. Well, I definitely have to watch on Discord. Talk to Me finally got down to the $9 price point, which got me to get it on 4K.
Oh, yeah.
And this comes with a digital and a Blu-ray for $9. Not bad.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Got this for like $12. Finally, Monkey Man on 4K. Believe it or not, I didn't have this one. I got this for like $10. Winter Soldier in 4K.
Oh, really? That's one of my.
And it's unfortunate that these things don't come with slips anymore. But
yeah,
what do you want?
That might be my.
And I tell you, I still have a bunch of them I haven't got because those movies are so damn expensive when they came out.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, I still need to get Endgame on 4K, but I've been wanting to get it with the slip.
Yeah, I actually got
with the slip.
I actually got all the Avengers movies with the slips.
The only one I don't have is Endgame. And I think I have one, two. Yeah, I have all three with the slip. So I'm like, I need to get Endgame with the slip.
Picked this up. Came out this week. Blazing Saddles on 4K. Mel Brooks. I love that cover. This is one I've been dying to watch, but I've been holding off to watch. It would be Horizon with Kevin Costner, which came out, 3-hour movie. Got this for like $12 during the Black Friday. This is a Blair Witch set from Second Sight, big gigantic box set, and that comes with the movie. Comes with a 250-page book. Comes with art cards, and we did find out, of course, that they're going to release a replacement disc for this because I guess the stereo soundtrack has mono swapped channels or something. So it's a sound which I probably never would have. Like, who cares? It's Blair Witch. It's like jumpy and all that. So but they're gonna put out a new disc.
It's still not. It's definitely nice though that they at least they probably could have not said nothing.
Yeah, this is a great set. It's got the theatrical version. It's got the South by Southwest version, and
the festival version.
Festival version, yeah. It's got a new feature-length Second Sight documentary, the Blair Witch documentary. It's got tons of deleted scenes, previous unseen video and 60mm footage, alternate endings, Curse of the Blair Witch, Cannes 99 director's interview, and just with the book and everything else in there, this is a great set.
I know, I want that set. It's Region B, though.
It is Region B, yes.
Because
if you want good stuff, that's what you got to get.
No, for sure, but it's not a 4K disc.
Right.
It's a Region B Blu-ray.
And
Just
then
so people
I
know.
finally got this week. Of course, I had the first season steelbook, and I picked it up, House of the Dragons
I gotta get
steelbook,
that.
and that
I don't
has
think no.
some bonus cards, collector character cards, and it's a nice steelbook
I can't
too.
remember. I can't remember. I think I got season 1, but I didn't get the steelbook.
Yeah, I got
think
the
I got
season
the
one
regular.
steelbook, so I picked this up for $4.99. In fact, after we get off on Discord, I think I'm going to watch episode 1 of this because I've never seen these. And episode 1's about Jack Arnold, who directed Creature from the Black Lagoon and all the movies for Universal. I think maybe Dylan will come over on Discord and watch that one with me. I think they're half-hour episodes, but this was a 10-episode series, the Fearmaker Collection. It's 10 episodes of documentaries on Jack
like
Arnold.
The EC Comics cover.
Yeah, I know. I love that cover.
That's sweet.
And that's why I picked this up for $4.99 on Grindhouse. The 10 episodes are Jack Arnold's, Todd Browning, William Castle, Roger Corman, Terrence Fisher, Toby Hooper, Roman Polanski, Jacques Farnet, Roland West, and Robert Wise. So the Fearmaker Collection. So Dylan, if you get time, come and watch episode 1 of this tonight on Discord.
Dude, I gotta pick that up.
And then I've been trying to pick up some of the classics. So I picked up Godzilla vs. Mothra on DVD with the American dub, of course.
Oh man, hell yeah!
And finally, I enjoyed this series when it was out. Came up at the same time as The Shield. It's Rescue Me with Dennis Leary. The complete series. Whoa! It's got a nice little slipcover. I kind of neat. So that is my haul for this week so far. Pretty good haul.
Sick. Yeah, that's a great haul. Yeah, it's like, dude, $5 on it, and you can get like a used copy for like 13
For what?
for that Fear Makers. Cause that,
Oh,
dude,
really?
I would love to own that.
Yeah, I think that sale's still going on. It's grindhouse.com. They have a ton of movies up there cheap for $4.99, and they had buy 2 get 1 free and buy 1 get 1 free. So I got like 12 movies for like $50 or something like that. They're cheap, $60. They weren't that much.
Oh, yeah.
And check them out.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that'll probably end up doing it. I'm sure you got stuff going on Discord if anyone ever wants to jump in. We're always doing something every night.
Yeah, Monday night it will be the Joe Bob commentary version of Frankenstein meets Jesse James meets Frankenstein's daughter. Tuesday will be the Corpse Grinders. On Wednesday, which is Thanksgiving Eve, we're going to do a double feature: Eli Roth, Thanksgiving, Appropriate, and Cabin Fever.
Yeah.
And then starting at 9 a.m. on Thanksgiving Day, a big in the Scarpad household, Thanksgiving Day meant turkey and King Kong and Godzilla every fucking Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a Thanksgiving marathon of about 6 or 7 movies, which will be King Kong, Son of Kong, Mighty Joe Young, King Kong versus Godzilla, Godzilla versus the Smog Monster, Godzilla 1984, and another one, I think Ghidorah, the Three-Headed Monster. There's going to be some good Godzilla movies. Almost all of them in English. So stop by, put that on when you're making your dinner.
Bro,
starting Thursday on my Discord.
On for should put like 7 or 8. Put War Gargantuas and Rodan. I've been wanting to watch those. I've been wanting to watch Rodan and
It's
War
9
Gargantuas
already, so I don't know. We'll see. But I think we're gonna do War of the Gargantuas and one of the 9 o'clock streams, and definitely. I also another one that you haven't seen. That's one of my favorite Toho sci-fi monster movies with Magura the robot, the Mysterians, and I got that, and I'll be on Discord soon. So.
Oh hell yeah! Yeah,
1957.
I'd love to see that. I want to see that Rodan too. You told me that's great.
Oh,
hey,
Rodan's
what's up, Brother
fantastic.
Joe? Brother Joe, what's up, bro? Visiting the dark side again. Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, as long as Two Guns here, you're safe. Yeah, man. So great stuff coming up. That's for sure, man. Next Sunday, we will be doing a classic classic 80s horror movie, man. I cannot wait. We will be doing John Carpenter's The Thing, baby. I can't believe we haven't done that yet. Yeah, so John Carpenter's The Thing. That'll be a really fun one. And, I figure kind of that winter vibes coming in with end of November going into December. Figured no better winter
Yeah,
movie
the only
watch.
thing movie we ever did was the original Thing, and that's our
Yeah,
that's our lost episode. That was
yeah,
never recorded.
yeah,
It was a great one, but no one will ever see it. So
yeah. Well, me
at
and
some
you,
point we'll have to
I,
revisit that one.
I was gonna say me and you, maybe in 2025 we can do that because I love the original Thing from Another World. So yeah, I definitely would be down to revisit that. But yeah, I
Maybe
can't wait.
Warner will get on the game here and get like the original King Kong and all these movies on 4K where they need to be.
Yeah, with both versions, English and Japanese.
Right.
So yeah, John Carpenter's The Thing, and yeah, I'll probably be either watching my Scream Factory version or I got the 4K from Universal, so I can't wait to dive into both and dive in. The Scream Factory has an awesome version with like a whole second bonus disc that has like 10 hours worth of
Yeah, I
fucking
have it
features.
on. I have the 4K,
Yeah,
but I've never watched the Shout Factory. So I think when I watch
yeah.
it, I'm going to watch the
I don't
Shout
know if
Factory. I'm going to
I
watch all
don't
the specials too.
I watched my 4K last year when I got it
The
for
4K
Christmas.
is not the best 4K. It's okay.
It's
It's not the
I
best.
wouldn't say it's incredible, but
It's
yeah,
not the best scan, but
it's still good. It's still
yeah.
good. It's not bad by any means. It just could be a little better. Um, but yeah, I'll probably be doing my Scream Factory because I don't know if I've ever watched it. Man, last year the Scream Factory 4K was going for like $10. If I didn't own it, I'd have bought that fucking heartbeat. Um, But yeah, it has a great bonus disc, and I've never dived into it. But I also have a DVD copy with a commentary that is not on that Scream Factory. That's not on the 4K or anything. You cannot get that commentary anymore. So I might also watch that because I want to hear that commentary with John Carpenter and Kurt Russell. I hear they're getting drunk the whole time and just fucking having a riot. So I want to watch that.
That's a big thing about we discounted. I know I have for years. Like I'm just starting to get back into like buying some DVDs
Yeah,
because there's a lot.
you used to dog on them, and
Well, because
I've
I
always
had DVD, I got rid of my whole DVD collection almost. I
because
had like
they
2,000
don't.
DVDs. A
Yeah,
lot of them were like the ones you can't even find anymore. And
exactly. Those are
those
the ones
things
that
have
I
features that just
usually
never
keep.
ported over a lot of times. They put the movie on Blu-ray, never ported over the features.
So sometimes, yeah, there's
Yeah,
definitely a lot. Sometimes they might port most of them, and then there might be one or two features like a commentary that might not go over. Um, a lot of times you get them, but not always. But it's the thing; it's hard because then you have all these extra discs going around, and you're like, "Am I
right.
really gonna
Not to
fucking?"
mention that the DVDs don't fit in the same rack as the Blu-rays either.
Exactly. And then you're like, "I'm never gonna watch this because I'm gonna go for the Blu-ray or the 4K," and then you're like,
Yeah, but I tell you, look
"Am I
at
really for one extra feature or something?" It's
The
hard.
DVDs though were when all that special packaging was big. You
Oh,
always had the
yeah.
special edition, the box sets, all
Mhm.
these special packagings that you can't get so much on a
Yeah,
Blu-ray
and
anymore.
those are from big companies, not like that was
Right.
there was no boutique back then, like, the
Because
only
that was
boutique
yeah,
was, like,
back
Anchor
Warner and all
Bay.
that.
Yep. The only boutique there was back then was Anchor Bay. There was no,
And,
like, Scream Factory and all that. Yeah, and DVD is actually starting to come back. DVD is starting to
yeah,
come back because there's a lot that people are noticing that you just can't get on. They never did Blu-rays or anything. Um,
I'm still amazed when I go down to Walmart. They got like all the new movies and DVDs.
yeah,
Somebody's buying them.
DVD is the number one seller.
Yeah,
DVD is the number one selling physical media over Blu-ray and way over 4K. 4K is the least sold. It's DVD and then Blu-ray. But yeah. I usually try to keep a lot of my DVDs. I don't if it has all the same features, then I don't need it. But I'll still try to keep some because there's a lot of
I still have
DVDs I
about
have that don't have
right.
Blu-rays. Or
I still have about 400 DVDs in binders because I tossed the boxes.
yeah, right.
So
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that because, like you said, they're hard to fucking keep on shelves and all that. So as long as you got the disc, who cares? It's not like you're throwing boutique movies in binders.
right.
But yeah, I can't wait for the thing next week. That'll be really fun. That'll be really fun.
Oh man.
Yeah. So as always, guys, I appreciate everyone who came out and hung out with us. You guys are the best. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday night, the next 4 minutes of Sunday that you get.
Right.
And I hope you guys have a great Turkey Day. Have a great time. Have a great Thanksgiving with your family. Enjoy
Yeah,
it,
you
man.
too, Dylan, and hope to see some of you guys up on Discord. We'll be hanging out there watching
Yeah,
movies all week.
for sure, man. Yeah, it's gonna be a slow one for me because I already told you the lady's got family stuff going on. Her brother's getting married, so she won't really even be around. And the only thing I'll be doing is going to my mom's. And yeah, so I'll be probably hanging out with you for the most part, watching some fucking Kong,
Watch some Kong
Godzilla.
Godzilla on your phone while you're hanging out.
Yeah, yeah, I'll probably go over there for a few hours and hang out, but I won't be there all day anyways. So I'll be able to hang out for probably most of the day and then go over there for a few hours. My mom usually gets dinner
Right.
ready a little bit later.
And the
Um,
dogs, he'll be hanging out with me and watching the movies too. So
yeah, I
they're
might
just a
have to
little
work for I might
tired
have
right
to
now.
work for a few hours. I think I might have to work from like 7 to 12 or something, but no biggie. What time
Oh,
are you gonna
on
start
Wednesday?
I no, Thursday.
On Thanksgiving, you got to work?
Dude, they're fucking annoying as fuck,
What
man.
the
They're
fuck?
like
Jeff
they're
Bezos. Fuck you,
they're
Bezos.
dude, yes, he's a fucking cocksucker. They were trying to make us work from 7 to 3, and I hope they normally make us work 7 to 12. So I hope they like let us go early. But if not, I'm gonna just go home early anyways. I have plenty of time to leave. Um, Stupid as
Now,
fuck.
do you get the day out
Don't
after the day after off, or you got to work that day?
no, no. But I
Wow.
might just take off anyways because I have plenty of paid time and
I
vacation.
know. I always that's the day I always usually love to have off is the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Exactly. It's like, who cares about that? Like working half a day on Thanksgiving, because most if you're going to have dinner, who cares,
Yeah, I can't believe they're
But
making you work on fucking Thanksgiving. That's terrible.
yeah, man, they're annoying as fuck. But I will get double pay because I'll get 8 hours
Oh,
holiday
yeah,
pay
it's
plus
nice for
work.
that, but
So that's why I'm more like, well, if I work, then I can take off Friday. You know what I mean? And my check will still be the same. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll go like in for a half day Friday and then take off Saturday. We'll see. We'll see what
mhm.
happens. Because since the lady won't be here, I want to have some. I want to, be able to enjoy myself. I don't want to have to just work the whole fucking time. I want to be able to like enjoy myself a little bit. But it sucks because I need the money too. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I'm
All right,
sitting
guys.
right
We'll
here.
have a good Thanksgiving. We'll see you up on Discord during the week and next week here.
Yeah. What time are you gonna start the movies on Thanksgiving?
9 a.m. on Thanksgiving
9
Day.
a.m. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you were gonna start at like noon. Sweet. All right. Well, yeah. I'll at least if I'm at work, I'll be able to watch a movie or two. It'll be slow as fuck that day anyway, so it'll be easy
Right.
money. But all right, guys, have a great Thanksgiving. Thank you guys as always, man. And we'll see you later, man. Be safe.
Later on.